Temperatures are dropping quickly outside. Time to check in with Kaylin about what is going on. Kaylin.
Well, in the wake of that system that went through on Sunday, we've turned over some very, very cold northwest winds, and this is going to have a significant impact on temperatures as we continue through the night tonight. We're not into those very bitter cold temperatures quite yet, but here's a look at the temperature trend expected for Stanfield International Airport as we continue through the night tonight, and take a look at that trend as we head into the early morning hours of tomorrow. Those temperatures falling very, very quickly into the minus teens and then down close to minus 20, and there will be a wind chill on top of that. In fact, here's a look at a wind chill forecast going forward through the night tonight. We'll stop in the early morning hours of Tuesday, and at that point in time, much of the province experiencing wind chills well down to the minus 20s, even a few areas into the minus 30s. And when we start hitting those wind chill values, making it feel minus 28 or colder, there is an increased risk of hypothermia. There's also an increased risk of frostbite to exposed skin. It can actually happen in as little as 10 to 30 minutes. So if you're going to be out for an extended period of time, both late tonight and first thing tomorrow morning, you really need to be dressing up in layers and make sure that outermost layer is wind resistant if possible. Of course, this cold air is going to be in place ahead of that next system arriving on Wednesday. All details on how much snow we can expect in a few minutes, Amy.
All right, thanks for that, Kaylin, and much more coming up in the forecast later.
That freeze Kaylin talked about might make those icy sidewalks even worse. Many pedestrians are struggling to stay upright, and for anyone with a disability, the struggle is even bigger. Shayna Luck is live in Halifax tonight. Shayna, how are the sidewalks where you are?
Well, Tom, this one is pretty icy. That's typical of many around town. And some people are starting to ask whether the city's sidewalk clearing policy needs to be rethought. They look like lumberjacks, and they have the tools of the trade. But these are hewers of ice, not wood.
See this line here? This line was the line of the snow. So this was a big snowbank here.
Actually, they're photographers and friends of this man, also a photographer, who hasn't been able to get to his studio on Barrington Street because of the icy sidewalks.
We're all photographers, and for the last little while he hasn't been able to get around, and we figured it's the least we can do.
Paul Vino says he's not blaming the city workers, but he is asking the city to re-examine the sidewalk clearing that's prevented him from getting to his workplace.
Everybody's working hard. I just believe that they don't have a plan for curb cuts and for crosswalks. So we're trying to shine a light on that. And I haven't worked in 5 weeks. So my friends have helped me. I'm going to be able to work this week.
This woman is organizing a protest for Friday to tell the city this clearing policy is not working.
I would like for the city to look more closely at their strategy and look at what other cities are doing in hopes to improve upon it. And I would love for people with disabilities to be considered a priority.
Trace has difficulty walking after a spinal cord injury. She thinks it was better when homeowners were responsible for clearing their own sidewalks. Now the snow clearing has fallen to these friends trying to help out a fellow photographer. And when their work is done, they take some creative pride in the result.
We're trying to square everything up, and so our inner, creative is satisfied as well.
So you've got it artistically perfect.
It's not perfect, it's never perfect, but we're working on it.
Last week, Peninsular Councillor Wayne Mason asked for a report on examining the Halifax sidewalk clearing policy. Council voted against that, but so many citizens are asking for this discussion that he's vowed to reopen it. Tom?
All right, Shayna, watch your step out there tonight. Shayna Luck live in Halifax for us this evening.